Welcome to Big Daddy Sports. I'm your host, Big Daddy.
LB Jenkins.
And we got our guest with us, Captain McShay, once again. Let's jump right in it. Of course, I'm repping the world champion Baltimore Ravens. We got some haters on the set. We're going to ignore them today.
Ray Lewis got his ring. I'm happy. Retired right. Ed Reed got your ring finally. I'm happy for. Are they gonna do it
There's
again?
the hater right there.
I'm just happy that, like I said, that Ray Lewis got his ring. I can stop hearing him talk, cry when he gets Gatorade, pump everybody up for everything.
Ray Lewis, he said he's basically watching every Monday Night Football.
He's a cheerleader. I don't need to see a 250-pound cheerleader. It's not
He's a cheerleader or one of the best middle linebackers to ever play the game.
Yeah, 4 years ago he was.
Oh, stop. Urlacher's better than Ray?
Last year I would have took him, yeah.
Wow. Really? Mr. Oh, I broke my wrist in game one, I can't play the whole season?
Hey, I'm just saying.
Urlacher, stop it.
Ray was good. He was all upstairs at the end though. He was really holding him back. He was the best. Was he the best middle linebacker on their team?
Last year?
Yeah.
Football inside the 20. Inside the 20.
Wow.
You get 500 yards. You stop in the red zone.
No, in the red zone he was.
Okay.
Outside the red zone, it was Ellaby. I'll be honest.
So basically you say any play that he didn't have to run.
In space. If he didn't have to run in space, he's still better than Ellaby.
I'm a better fighter than John Jones in a phone booth.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that lie.
I'm just saying.
Keep telling yourself that lie. Anyways, we're going to jump the show off this week with coaches on the hot seat. Who we got?
Well, of course, the poster boy for the hot seat, Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan.
And I'm going to argue that and say Geno Smith's getting hurt this week. Matt Sims is playing, and he will play well enough that Rex keeps his job the remainder of the year.
Rex won't make it past week 8.
Rex shouldn't be playing coaching right now.
No, I agree with that. If you change the GM, you should have fired him because the GM wants to bring his own guy and they didn't extend him. So it's a lame duck. But I think Matt Sims is the best quarterback on the roster. I think once Antonio Holmes comes back, they'll do a little something enough that Rex won't get fired during the season.
Yeah, I don't see him making it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I can see him making it, but I don't think he really will. But you got
if he has another one of those press conferences where it's turning to the left and turning to the right, so my other hot seat coaches, I think Mike Smith, if they don't get to the Super Bowl, because that team's loaded. If they don't get to the Super Bowl, Mike Smith might not have a job. He was 20 seconds from being fired last year. Seattle called a bad defensive play. Matt Ryan saved his job.
Look, it's Super Bowl. I say NFC Championship consistently, but yeah, Super Bowl. You need to show up.
And I think he get fired because the defense got worse.
I spent all that money on offense.
I see Mike Smith getting fired, but it's to me it's always crazy to see a successful coach get fired.
Lovie Smith 10-6.
No, there's a lot of them.
No, but I'm saying
Schottenheimer did the same thing.
14-2 and gone. But when you look at the Atlanta situation, Atlanta's the kind of situation where I throw a name out there and start some trouble that a Bill Cowher can walk into and finish the job. You know, it's that kind of situation.
But then, really, did Bill do it, or was it like John Gruden when he walked in?
Well, I'm saying it's a perfect situation for Cowher because Cowher's waiting for the situation where he don't have to rebuild.
Yeah, of course.
And if you go to Atlanta, you don't have to rebuild. But yeah, Gruden's done it before. Gruden loves all quarterbacks.
No, I'm just saying,
he come in there.
When he did that with Tampa, he came in, had a team that was ready to go, pretty much made no changes, and just pushed them over the edge. But you got Gary Kubiak the same way in Houston.
But at least Kubiak's won a playoff game 2 years in a row.
But that's I'll play again.
No, I get you. But a couple years ago, we were asking, could Texans even make the playoffs?
Oh yeah.
So Kubiak's taking a little bit of that.
Hey man, his neck injury, right?
Every 5 years to make that jump. Every 5 years.
I'm just saying. But like, okay, I think Marvin Lewis has to win a playoff game this year.
I think Cincy's happy with whoever they got. Whoever they can get their hands on, they're going to keep them.
And speaking of Tampa Bay, Greg Schiano.
He won about it already.
Look,
he does dumb stuff, but I don't think. Look, they're not going to fire him because
they're going to pay him. It's all going to come down to money. I don't want to pay him.
Do you know who owns Tampa Bay? The Glazers ain't worried about money. The Glazers they own Manchester United. No, they ain't worried about dollars. They worried about winning. But you can't fire the coach till he gets his quarterback. And he ain't like Freeman from day one. And I don't think Clinton's the answer, but he don't like Freeman.
You you don't like Freeman's work. We seen Freeman. Freeman can do this.
One
but
year.
My point.
1 year with a weak schedule. What happened last year?
What happened last year? Hold up. All right, I'll give you last year. Let's not talk about the receivers he didn't have before though.
But he got Vincent Jackson and Mike Williams.
Hey, let's Vincent Jackson go this way.
Yeah.
Mike Williams showed up 1 year, disappeared. You can't.
He got Muscle Hamster running the ball. He got players around him. Now, can the defense stop the pass? We'll find out. They got Revis. But I don't think you can fire Shiano. I would put him on the hot seat. I think Munchak's on the hot seat, though.
I think Shiano will be on the hot seat next year, but this year I think.
No, he gets a pass this year until he gets his quarterback.
He's safe.
Munchak. Let's talk about Munchak's so desperate. He went and got Greg Williams.
Is that desperate or smart? Skip the bounty stuff. Greg Williams coaches good defense. He had a good defense in Washington.
When you inspiring with $10,000 to take out an ACL, yes.
Let's not act like he was the only defensive coordinator.
I'm not saying he was the only one. He the one that got caught. So therefore, you were the poster boy for bounty scandals.
I mean, let's be real. We know for a fact the Ravens was doing bounties. Ask Mendenhall. What happened to his collarbone? And so, bounties are a part of the NFL. They just made an example of the Saints. So I'm done. But you got half the league on head coach watch.
Look, how many coaches we lose this past year?
It ain't
like we lost what, 6 head coaches.
If you ain't in the playoffs, you're probably on the hot seat.
We'll see. All right, who's your MVP?
Peyton Manning. You just gave Peyton Manning Wes Welker. You just gave him another weapon. Peyton Manning.
Let me guess, you gonna side with him too, right?
It is Peyton, and if not Peyton, I think Arian Foster.
I don't see Arian Foster getting the numbers this year to be in the MVP conversation.
He's injured right now, so I mean, if you go into the season injured,
and we know they cutting his carries, MVP's gonna be Aaron Rodgers. People are talking about Aaron Rodgers had a bad year and he threw almost 40 touchdowns. He's got something to prove.
He's a safe pick. He's a safe pick.
And Peyton Manning's not a safe pick.
No, no.
That neck can still go. Any sack can take that neck out.
Stop it. No, but
We weren't sure if he was going to even play ever again, and he's never going to be the safe pick ever again.
he's not going to have a better year than he had last year statistically. He's not.
I'm sorry, with Wes Welker, you'll have a better year.
Last year may have been his best year overall in the league.
I think marginally he can at least get better. If not, he didn't stay right in the same area.
And I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have one of those 45 to 50 touchdown years. And if he does that, Peyton ain't doing that.
I don't think Rodgers' his numbers going to get better after losing one of his best receivers.
Yeah, because Randall Cobb's going to step in and be in there, and Randall Cobb got some skills.
He's fast, but
my thing, when you lose a receiver and you got a young guy stepping up into it, it's like, all right.
So you saying Brady going to struggle? Because Brady lost all his receivers. Is he going to struggle?
Heck yeah. New England's only winning the division because of the suckiness and the rest of it. Yo, Brady, Grunt comeback. New England going 9-7 this year.
Brady going to throw for less than 4,000 yards, yes or no?
Yes.
You smoking that
Yes.
garbage, boy. Brady will throw for 4,000 yards with us three lining up in a bunch formation. Brady will make, look, he ain't my favorite quarterback, but you can't question his God-given talent.
I need 35. I might need
that
38.
with the system?
4,000.
That with the system?
And the coaching. Nah, I'm going with Aaron Rodgers. I can't believe you said Brady ain't gonna throw for 4,000 yards.
3,800.
Offensive player of the year. Who you got?
Johnson.
I'm going with Dez Bryant. I think their numbers gonna be comparable.
I think AP pissed off that he didn't make his record.
Nobody who ran for 2,000 the year before comes close to next year.
Oh, no. I don't think he's going to come close, but I think he's still going to be a high producer on that team. Come close as far as like 1,600, 1,700. But Christian Ponder ain't producing nothing. You ain't got Percy Harvin no more.
It's all on AP, and I don't think he's going to do it again.
No, I don't think
Because they don't even have Percy Harvin anymore.
Hey, let's be real.
They got Greg Jennings. They got Randolph at tight end.
Greg Jennings.
They drafted Cordell Patterson.
None of those guys scare anybody.
Exactly.
Patterson,
Wait, hold
that'll
on.
scare you.
Let's
Physically, if we're playing insurance, yeah, you're going to scare everybody. But
let's look at the end of last season. Everybody knew who the ball was going to. People lined 8 in the box and AP still got hits. People know this season that AP's going to get the ball and he's still going to run them yards.
He ain't getting more than 1,500 yards. Not this year.
I give him 1,700.
side note, AP might be on the juice. So
Wow! Accusations.
Wait.
Just saying.
So is Jamal Charles on the juice?
He might, but this is what
Is Wes Welker on the
this is what
juice?
they would say. You don't blow out your knee and come back better than you ever been.
Jamal Charles did.
He didn't come back better than he'd ever been.
That was his best season last year.
AP almost set the record for rushing on a bum knee. That
And
wasn't
Jamal Charles ran for 1,500 yards on a knee that was repaired a year ago. Wes Welker came back after he blew his knee out and had a 100-catch season after he
Do
blew
you see
his
the way AP runs?
So
Violently.
are you saying?
Jamal Charles,
are
he
you
out there cruising.
are you
on
saying
sweeps.
that RG3 is not going to be able to perform at the level he performed at last year?
I think they're gonna put key gloves on him. I don't think you're gonna see him running like he was last year.
Look,
So look, just because Derrick Rose set out the year in the NBA, don't mean you can't come back from an ACL
I don't think
injury.
you can't come back, but he came back. He came back terminated on a blown knee, like a severely blown knee. It wasn't just like tweaked.
but he was determined. He had to make up.
Dude almost had a peg leg. I mean, basically what it was.
And he came back. Look,
Came back on a
look.
vicious.
Medicine is different now. Terrell Owens.
That's different.
Terrell Owens broke his leg 6 weeks later. He's in the Super Bowl for 100 yards. Sizzle and Ray Lewis tore their bicep last year. They back in the playoffs, and it had never been done before. People are doing stuff. That's like saying Brian Cushing's not going to be great this year because he blew his ACL out last year.
But those things for the linebackers, Ray Lewis and Suggs, they didn't have to use their body. Basically, they didn't need that.
So you don't need your right arm anymore.
You've seen guys go out there and play with casts on their arm or whatever.
They still using it.
But what I'm saying is, he's running on his destroyed leg. Guy used to just have the end of their career, and now he's
30
back.
years ago?
No, that's fine. I get that. But he came back and was better. So either he may have been on the juice, he's an alien, or he has a robot leg. So it's one of those three.
See, that's why Kai ran on the show all the time, right there.
I'm like, it's us email.
He limited.
He's on the juice. What kind of mess is that?
I'm not the only one saying that AP was on ESPN fighting those accusations.
He didn't fight it. He said I laugh at him.
So I'm not the only one saying it.
Look. I don't think the man was on the juice.
I don't think he was, or at least I hope he wasn't. But I'm just saying. I'm not saying.
I don't see how you can separate what AP did and what Jamal Charles done. They play the same position.
They play the same position.
And Jamal Charles do run through the tackles.
But not like AP does. AP runs.
It's a different run.
It's like saying Earl Campbell and Eric Dickerson played the same. They played the same position,
But
they
Earl
played it
Campbell ran. Okay, Earl Campbell ran full contact. I get that.
AP does the same thing. You ever see AP run out of bounds?
But okay, Jamal Charles still came back with sprinter speed.
He was a sprinter beforehand.
And he had all of it when he came back. But we not questioning that.
Because it wasn't like a hamstring. It was structural. So what I'm saying is he's got a hold.
Look, the other Steve Smith from the Giants blew out his ACL, career over. Mark Clayton went to the Rams, blew out his ACL, career over. We've seen this injury still in careers.
And AP comes back better than ever. Better than ever. I want to go blow my ACL out.
Defensive player of the year.
Marcus Ware.
It's hard to argue that. My only argument is there's nobody else on that defensive line.
Doesn't matter. He's gonna be cut loose. Like it's gonna be weird.
They better move him around a lot.
They don't move him anyway. He can play wide 9. Just go get the ball.
Defensive player of the year.
JJ Watt repeat.
Oh, that's lazy.
JJ Watt
That's
repeat.
just lazy.
This man found his groove. He slapper. He good.
Slapper? Is that slapper?
The slap the ball like
JJ
that.
Swat is the man's name. Good God.
Look.
Luke Kuechly is your defensive player of the year. He's a tackling machine. And Luke Kuechly, it's better than what you were talking about in the meeting, Vontaze Burke. I'm glad you changed your mind about that.
I still, Vontaze Burke is going to be a runner. Defensive player of the year.
And whatever imaginary world you and Johnny Depp live in, rookie of the year.
Offensively, Eric Fisher. Defensively, Boston.
A tackle is not winning rookie of the year. It's just not happening. Who you got?
Offensively, I got Monte Ball, Denver Broncos. Peyton Manning's going to be such on fire.
So they got the MVP and the rookie of the year on offense.
Denver Broncos.
Stop it. I got Tavon Austin if he live up to the hype.
Nah, but that could be anybody then. If anybody lives up to the hype.
I got Tavon Austin, and then defensively, I'm going to go ahead and say Tyrann Mathieu is going to win the Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think he's going to play part-time, and he's going to get the numbers. And it's a numbers award.
A part-time guy's not going to win it.
We've seen part-time guys do it before if they get the numbers.
But not, if they get the numbers.
He's going to get the numbers.
At safety,
he's going to have 5 or 6 picks.
Yeah, at safety, you can play the full year and be great and not get 5 or 6 picks.
He's going.
Kerry Rhodes had a great year last year and he didn't get 6 picks.
Kerry Rhodes is not the ball hawk that Tyrann Mathieu is.
But he's got, what, 8 years of veteran experience?
8 years of veteran experience, and he's still gambling and get beat a lot.
And there's film on him. You got a new guy, no film. 2, you got to look at them corners. Everyone's scared of Patrick Peterson. Now go throw his way. Jefferson stepping up, and then you got Honey Badger stepping up. You got Honey Badger as well. This is gonna be out there. He gonna get the picks.
There's a reason why he wasn't a corner coming out. Not quick enough. He's not big enough.
And they've already said he's faster than all of us thought he was.
Yeah, that doesn't mean much.
Stop
he wasn't fast in college.
So
he didn't get faster coming to the pros.
So wait, is Michael Huff at safety because he's slow? Is that because he plays safety and he runs about a 4.4? Just because you play safety don't mean you slow.
No, but the reason why he was a corner, Tyrann Mathieu was a corner at college, and moved to safety. You don't move somebody from corner if he's that ball hawk, if he's fast.
I disagree totally, but I digress. Division winners.
You go. I'll clean up.
Ah! Oh, really?
AFC, I got New England. Ain't no competition. New England gonna go 9-7 and still take the division. I got Cincinnati, Houston, and Denver.
You co-signing all that?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and co-sign those.
My only change is Baltimore is still winning the AFC North.
Not at all.
Don't sleep on the world champions. Just like y'all slept on them last year. Don't sleep on the chance.
The objective.
NFC, I know you ain't talking about
the objective.
NFC division winners.
I'll go Skins, the Packers, Atlanta, Seattle.
I got Seattle, Green Bay, New Orleans, and then the Redskins.
Our only difference is I got Dallas winning the division.
What does it say?
I swear.
Well, look, since we already called it the Dallas pick and saying I got Dallas and Houston in the Super Bowl with Dallas winning. Say something.
And Jerry Jones dreams.
Say something.
Jerry Jones dreams.
Did you just throw it away? You just don't want to be taken seriously? Is that
Dallas is going
Big Daddy Sports just lost all credibility.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
You said Vontaze Burfict was going to win the Defensive Player of the Year, and please.
You know that was a stretch. But saying Tony Romo is going to lead the Dallas Cowboys to a Super Bowl and win is more of a stretch.
Child, please. Look.
That's a Saturday. It's a Saturday.
So, I'm sorry, I didn't go chalk and go Denver and Seattle.
You don't have to go chalk, I'm just saying.
Like, Atlanta, 49ers are going to repeat.
Atlanta's not going to the Super Bowl.
And you got 49ers.
I don't think the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl because they short that wide receiver.
So again,
Ravens got a better chance than the Dallas Cowboys. And I don't think the Ravens are going to even win their division.
Dallas Cowboys have the talent. I think Romo's going to be like Alex Rodriguez, had that 1 year where it all comes together, and he's going to go through and do it.
He going to have 4 years from now, he's going to be a backup quarterback, and the starting quarterback going to lead them to the Super Bowl. Romo's going to get his ring.
That's how he's going to get it. He's Carmelo. Like I said, he's Carmelo Anthony. Got all the pieces physically to do it, but can never put it all together.
He hasn't yet. That don't mean he can't.
Well, look, I ain't going to put it all on Romo. You got Jason Garrett can't manage the game for nothing. So that's 2 losses. Romo gonna go throw away 3. That's 5 losses right there. Guaranteed.
In a weak division where Philly ain't gonna be great, the Giants are taking a step back.
I agree with you.
And I'm scared by the end of the season, your boy RG3 won't be starting to do the injury.
Guess what? Kirk Cousins still beat Dallas.
All 3 of those teams are better than Dallas.
Yes. I'll take Giants. I'll accept Giants is last in the division right now. I accept that. But Philly, we don't know until that offense is being shown.
Physically, Dallas has the pieces. They, man for man, they got the guys. But as a team, they don't put it together.
Yeah, on paper, they always look good.
Yeah, but paper champs, that's not what you're talking about.
All it takes is one run, as we saw last year and the year before that. All it took is a run for Green Bay. Nobody was saying Green Bay was going to the Super Bowl the year they won. It takes a run. I'm not.
Dallas run, go right into the first playoff game if they make the playoffs.
But you're betting on a run is basically how you're going to get them into the playoffs. You can't.
Well, that's how the NFL works now.
But then that could be anybody. That could be any. It could be the Chargers. Chargers get on a run.
They get on a run, Chargers.
Have you seen that the Chargers have zero talent? The Chargers are fighting for the number 1 pick in the league.
Get on a run.
They can get on a run.
You gotta have talent to get on the run.
Phillip Rivers, Ryan Matthews, Michael Floyd.
If I'm counting on Malcolm Floyd, who's a 2 or 3 on a good team, to be my number 1 receiver,
they get on the run.
I'm counting on Ryan Matthews, who ain't put it all together yet.
Like I said,
Antonio Gates running out of gas in the tank.
I'm not picking them.
Antonio Gates still
playing. Exactly.
What? Antonio Gates ain't retired.
I'm just saying, you're betting on a run. I'm showing you
a run based on talent.
But they've had that same talent for years. And even in years past, they had better talent.
Look, I ain't gonna even go. They ain't had no talents as LT and Darren Sproles up there. That's one.
No, we're talking about Dallas.
Oh.
Their talent, they got talent.
96.
They got them.
95.
Moving on, fantasy nuggets. What's your fantasy nugget for the week?
The safe pick for me is always just go with Calvin Johnson. He'll get you some points.
Stafford's gonna force him the ball. Speaking of San Diego, bitch, everybody on that squad. Phillip Rivers shouldn't be in the game. The defense shouldn't be in the game. You shouldn't have no running backs. Don't even have anyone on your bench. Stay away from San Diego.
I'm going to go with Indianapolis, Reggie Wayne and Darius Haywood-Bay versus Oakland. They both should give you at least 10 fantasy points.
Haywood-Bay looking good in preseason.
Yeah, but it's only preseason. All right, the picks, as y'all know, 2 years in a row, I am the pick champion. That should come as no shocker to anybody. But
that's not on the show. It's rigged.
Baltimore, Denver. Who you got?
Denver.
Baltimore. New England and Buffalo.
New England.
Big. Cincinnati and Chicago.
Cincy.
Chicago. Miami and Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Miami.
Cleveland. Atlanta and New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Atlanta.
ATL. Tampa Bay and Jets.
Tampa Bay.
Big. Going with Tampa Bay. Tennessee and Pittsburgh.
Tennessee.
Pittsburgh.
Tennessee.
I go just a Big Ben factor.
She said no. She said no.
Wow, really? Minnesota at Detroit.
Detroit,
yeah.
Minnesota. Oakland at Indy.
Indy.
No, Indy for sure.
If it was in the black hole, I might would go different. Seattle at Carolina.
Seattle.
Seattle. Kansas City at Jacksonville.
Kansas City.
Will Jacksonville win more than 4 games this year?
Yes.
How many times will Blaine Gabbert crouch when he sees pressure?
Will Jacksonville win more than 4 games this year?
How many times will Blaine Gabbert crouch?
Oh, dear God. You're still Mitt Romney. Kansas City. Arizona at St. Louis.
Arizona.
St. Louis. Green Bay at San Fran.
Green Bay.
San
Fran. Giants at Dallas. Dallas. They start off the season right. Philly at Washington. Philly. Houston and San Diego.
Houston. We like veto this game.
That's all we got for you this week. Hope you enjoyed the show. Remember to hit us up on Twitter at BigDaddieK6.
LB Jenkins at Light Bright Talk.
That's just anyway.